These are what I'm calling 10 cringe-worthy moments inside Scientology. And the first one on the list, Battlefield Earth, the movie. Number 2 on my list of the most cringe-worthy moments in Scientology, the hip hip hoorays. Number 3 on my list, signing in and out of the course room complete with a time date stamp. All right, so another one on my list of cringe-worthy moments inside Scientology, calling female seniors sir. I never liked it. Now, the other thing that I found super cringe when I was in Scientology, it was when people who were listening to L. Ron Hubbard's lectures or even just reading something and they laugh out loud, but like really loud, not just little, I mean, full blown, like loud. I hated that.
Did you guys have the public who would come into the org and they'd be wearing like their flag OT committee bomber jackets or some shit? And I'm thinking to myself, I would see these guys, I'd be like, do you wear that shit in public? Are you what? Ew. Ew, you wear that in the world? Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure which would be cringier, if they actually wore it in the world or if they're like, I'm going into course today. I'm going to wear my jacket. So everyone, it's like, so everyone knows that I'm a big deal. I'm kind of a big deal at Flag. Like, you're welcome. You're welcome that I came into course today.
The other thing that probably more so today, but even in all my years in Scientology, I struggled with this one. It flunk, start, flunk, start. A few different courses in Scientology where you take an ashtray and you put it on the chair in front of you. And it's to practice giving commands with intention. You have to use, tell me if I'm getting it wrong, Aaron, because it's been a hot minute. You have to use intention. So you have the ashtray there and you're sitting across from it and you say, stand up. But don't you, I can't remember, did we actually pick the ashtray up or did we just leave it there?
No, you made it comply.
You made it comply. And then you would have to thank the ashtray. Thank you. Sit down in that chair and you put it down. Thank you. That's another thing I didn't like always was being, having people quote LRH to me.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
I got to tell you, hearing people make the cheesiest Scientology jokes, like Scientologists to each other, of just like quoting or like, oh, that blew down. And you're like, oh my God.
So another one I have on my list, roll calls. All of the roll calls, whether you were a staff member or, I get in the course room to a degree where it's like, oh, you'd say Aaron, Natalie. And people mostly would stay here. And once in a while, you get the people, especially in the Sea Org, who would say I, which I found that cringy. I don't know why. It was just something I was always like,
That's right. That's right. Here, I.
Yeah.
Here, I.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite cringe things in Scientology that I cringe so hard on back then. And I do now. Wait for it. Claiming you were a famous person in a past life. You know how many Jesuses I've heard of? All right. So on my list of cringeworthy moments inside Scientology is, and this one didn't apply to everybody, but strapping the confidential materials briefcase to your wrist. Oh, that's another thing I just hated hearing too. I'm on the level. Are you on the level? I'm on the level. Let's be on the level together. We can't talk about the level or what we do on the level, but we're on the level.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of you would agree now that it's absolutely cringe. But even in the Sea organization, I struggled with this one, and it was the uniform. I'm so glad I do not need to wear a uniform anymore. Okay, so also on my list, and I think this is probably, I didn't start out this way feeling cringe about him. It started happening later, and then absolutely ever since I've left Scientology, I think one of the most cringe things about being a Scientologist is Tom Cruise.
He's like, have you ever seen an SP? And it's like, all your wives are SPs. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Every woman you've married.
Yeah.